Welcome back to our channel. This week we continue our journey over the border into France and discover a fortress, croissant, the beautiful River Rhône, wine and world famous chocolate.
Good morning. Today we're leaving the campsite Rodas in Roses. The campsite has been really good.
Yeah.
The weather's not been so good, it's been a bit cloudy and windy, but the facilities here are 5-star. The toilet blocks and showers are absolutely spotlessly clean and very modern.
Yeah.
So we're leaving Rodas today and we're off to France. We're crossing the border today.
Yeah, we're in France for about 8 weeks. We've got campsites booked for the first part, and then after a certain stage we're just going to be winging it, which we'll see how that one goes. It is going to be August and the second half of our trip to France, so obviously peak season, so we could be risking it by not pre-booking well in advance, but you'll have to see how we get on. So quite excited about going into France this morning.
Yeah, be good.
Yeah, it will be good. So not quite sure what to expect. Never really holidayed in France before, so it's all going to be a new experience, and with the language and everything else. So we're used to in Spain being able to at least understand and talk the language. So this is going to be a bit of a different experience for us, but I am excited.
Remember not to speak Spanish.
Yes, yeah, that's going to be difficult not to say gracias.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be speaking
fine,
Spanish, in the first few weeks. But anyway, I'll probably film part of the journey today, see if there's anything interesting to film on our way. We are stopping at a place called Salses, which there's a fortress, which we saw on somebody else's vlog. We can't remember who it was. But I made a note of it at the time, and I've just looked it up, and it's right on our route we're just going south of Montpellier today. Our campsite is just south of Montpellier on the coast. So we're going to stop off at the fortress and we'll see what it's like. Yeah. So we'll probably pick you up when we arrive there.
Okay.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Before we crossed over the border, we stopped off at Mercadona to do our last Spanish food shop.
Here we are, crossing over into France. So this is obviously the old border crossing. Just going through now. Bonjour. This must be the last place to buy things before crossing the border.
Oh, right. Maybe this is no man's land.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's duty free. There's lots of tobacco.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it must be.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not going to the border. Maybe that was just leaving Spain.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's right. That's the Spanish side. So interesting. I think we are in France now. Yeah, Gendarmerie. So officially in France.
Well, that was a bit of a journey getting to this fortress at Salses-le-Château. First of all, the sat-nav took us to the wrong place. Then we changed over to Google Maps, and look where it tried to take us. Under a bridge with a 2-metre height restriction. So we had to quickly reverse. Luckily there was a turning area, a parking area. So we were able to get parked up, and now we're going on foot to the fortress. The Fortress de Salses is a Catalan fortress built at the end of the 15th century. The fortress guarded the former frontier between Catalonia and France, and it was captured by the French in 1642. So this is the approach to the fortress. bird in the guardhouse. Strange man. After visiting the fortress, we continued our journey, and for the second time today the sat-nav let us down and couldn't find the entrance to the campsite, so we had to use Google Maps again. We arrived at Flower Camping Altea, which is just south of Montpellier. We've not really got any plans here, we're just going to have a rest day tomorrow, do some cleaning in Louis, a few bits of maintenance, and then the following day we'll be off to Tain Le Hermitage, which is our last stop before we reach Lake Annecy. One thing I really don't like is that it's shared facilities, shared toilets and shared showers. So I thought I'd share my shower experience with you in these communal showers. They give you these grey wristbands that you have to pay a deposit for, and then the idea is that you put that grey wristband on this symbol there, and then it flashes green when it's in operation. But I clearly wasn't listening when the lady explained everything to us, because I'm sure she said that we had 8 minutes of continuous water, but the water kept switching off. And it was so stressful that I went in the shower with my sunglasses on, so they got soaking wet. And then I was so worried that the water was going to run out and I was going to still have shampoo in my hair, that I completely rushed through everything. It was the quickest shower in history. So all in all, not a very good experience. So 0 out of 10 from me. As a treat after my traumatic shower, I enjoyed my first French croissant. And then, later that evening, we were treated to some very bad karaoke at the campsite restaurant, which was right next to our pitch. After about an hour, we decided to call it a night, as we had an early start for our next destination. Surprisingly, we slept quite well. The next morning, we stopped at our first French air at Donzère on the A7. You see these rest stops all along the motorways, and they all have picnic benches and toilets which are clean and well maintained.
So we've done almost 200 kilometres on this motorway. Let's see how much this toll is going to cost us.
We arrived at Camping Les Lucs, and this was the view from our pitch. We were warned about roadworks overnight on the road right outside the site, but it was too late to find anywhere else to stay. So we settled in and then went to explore the town and to have an ice cream. Good morning.
Morning.
So today we're in a small town called Tain-l'Hermitage. It's just south of Lyon, but we found a real gem here. It's right on the banks of the River Rhône, and when I was doing some research about it, I discovered that actually it's famous for chocolate and wine, my two favourite things. What could be better than that? So today we're going on a tour of the vineyards on a little tourist train. We're just walking to do that now. And then this afternoon we've got a visit booked of the chocolate factory. So we'll let you know how we get on today. But we're looking forward to it, aren't we?
We are, particularly the chocolate.
Yeah, particularly the chocolate. And they have a big chocolate shop. So that's a great thing. Right, see you later.
Bye.
It's a little train that we're just about to catch. The vineyards are located on the south-facing hills above the town. In 1223, a knight called Henri Gaspard climbed the hill at Tain-l'Hermitage and decided to withdraw into the chapel of St. Christopher. There he became a hermit and took a vow to spend the rest of his life meditating and praying, hence the name Tain-l'Hermitage. He cleared the hillside and planted vines to restore the original vineyards. The wine cooperative of Tain was founded in 1933, and there are a large number of wineries in the town. The red wines are made from Syrah grapes, and the white wines from Marsanne and Roussanne grapes.
Yes, I'll come back to you, then I'll ask what have we done under the sun.
After the tour, we visited one of the largest bodegas in the town to buy some wine to try, and then we went on to the chocolate factory. Valrhona Chocolate Factory was founded by a French pastry chef in 1922. He wanted to develop a luxury chocolate that could be used in baking. He opened a pastry school for professional chefs on the site, and this was followed by one in Paris, one in Brooklyn, and finally one in Tokyo. Now, this chocolate factory in a tiny town in France has signage which states Tain, Paris, New York, Tokyo. This was our haul from the vineyard and the chocolate factory. Needless to say, it's not lasted very long. Later that day, we settled down with fajitas, ready to watch the football.
This for parity. It's Harry Kane.
Yes!
And there's that freestyle just off the top.
Yes! Yes!
It's a superstar shooter.
The next morning, we continued our journey. Catch us next week as we battle with the weather and discover the beautiful town and stunning lake of Annecy.
Hasta luego!